Hi there, my name is Jason Perkins, and I'm an attorney who specializes in Georgia workers' compensation cases. I want to welcome you to another episode in my Georgia workers' compensation video series. I created this series to provide you with helpful information about the rules of Georgia's workers' compensation law and the benefits available to you under it. Today, I want to talk to you about whether workers' compensation in Georgia covers depression that develops as a result of the work injury at work and the treatment that you need for that depression. Now, if you can prove that you have depression as a result of an injury at work, it can be covered in a Georgia workers' compensation case. You may be entitled to medical treatment for that depression with authorized doctors, and if your depression makes you unable to work, then you may be entitled to weekly temporary total disability benefits as a result of your inability to work. However, there are some situations where depression is not covered under Georgia workers' compensation law. That usually has to deal primarily with the situation of when your depression is not due to your injury at work, or when you can't prove it's due to your injury at work, or another situation where you end up developing depression but it's not the result of a physical injury. Georgia's workers' compensation law has some special rules about treatment for depression and other psychiatric and psychological conditions like post-traumatic stress disorder, for example. It says that those conditions are only, you can only be paid benefits for those conditions if they develop as a result of a physical injury at work. So if you develop depression as a result of stress at work or some other non-physical type of incident, in Georgia, those psychiatric or psychological conditions that may develop from that non-physical injury are not covered. But if, like many of my clients, you develop depression because you have a physical injury, such as a back injury or knee injury or something like that, that results in pain, inability to work, and you develop depression as a result of that physical injury at work or the consequences of it, then often that depression is covered under Georgia workers' compensation law. Now, the other rules of Georgia workers' compensation law apply. So if you're going to get medical treatment for that depression, it has to be provided by an authorized doctor under workers' compensation. And if you're unable to work as a result of your injury, then you may be entitled to temporary total disability benefits for that inability to work. I hope you found this information about whether Georgia workers' compensation covers depression helpful. If you have, please let me know. The best way you can do that is by liking this video or giving it a thumbs up. If you have other questions about workers' compensation or just want to find out some information about it, I'd encourage you to visit our Perkins Studdard Workers' Compensation channel on YouTube. You can see all the videos from the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series there, and you can also subscribe to be notified of future videos as they come out. If you have some specific questions about your case, please reach out to me to schedule a free consultation. I'd be happy to set one up for you. There's two easy ways that you can do that. The first is by calling the phone number at the bottom of the screen, or the second is by visiting our website, which is www.perkinslawtalk.com, where you can complete and submit our free consultation request form. Thanks again for watching today, and I wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injury.